my friends, and welcome to Simply Hooked, a crochet podcast. I'm your host, Marcy, a crochet designer, mom of two, and creative entrepreneur. Here we celebrate the joy of crochet and talk about what it really means to create a life you love through your own unique gifts. So for all of my handmade entrepreneurs out there, if you've been listening to a few of these episodes, you know I am all about mindset and the important role it plays in your business. So I want to share something I kept running into over the summer, and there's a good chance that you can relate to this. So here's the crux of it. Belief before results. And what I mean by this is there are seasons in life and business where you show up every single day, putting in the effort, giving your time, energy, and focus, and yet nothing seems to move. You don't see progress. You don't see the fruits of your labor, and it feels like all that effort is going into a black hole. It is discouraging, and it can be exhausting to keep pushing forward when there is no visible return. And that is when you hit the crossroads. Do you take the lack of results as a sign to give up, or do you choose to press on even without evidence that it's working? So this is where belief comes in. Belief is that bridge between effort and results. It's the conviction that what you are building matters, even when you can't see the proof. Because the truth is, results often lag behind effort. Remember, when you planted that seed of your dream, it takes time for the seed to sprout underground before anything green breaks through the surface. And if you stop watering it too soon, you never get to see the growth you were working for. So belief before results means trusting the process, trusting your purpose, and trusting that your faithfulness today will produce fruit tomorrow. Now, it doesn't mean blindly working on something that has no direction or purpose, but it does mean refusing to let discouragement or impatience rob you of the harvest that is just beneath the surface. I heard Mel Robbins say once, "There is no way that you have worked this hard that something amazing isn't going to happen. Hang in there. Something beautiful is right around the corner." So if you're about to give up, stay the course. And I just love this. Her words really stuck with me, and I have to remind myself of this on a regular basis. Because even when progress feels invisible, something is shifting beneath the surface. And that is exactly what I had to hold on to in this next season of my life. So let me also share a personal story, and then I'll get back to how this relates to the business. So 3 months ago, as you might know, I welcomed my second baby into the world. And during the pregnancy, I gained 45 pounds. And after she was born, only 10 of those pounds came off right away. That meant I was staring down a 35-pound weight loss journey, which felt overwhelming, especially because I remembered how long it took me to lose the baby weight after my first child, and I didn't want to be on that same long road again. I knew it was going to take serious commitment, a lot of work, and a lot of day after day of effort without seeing quick results. I will never forget lacing up my shoes for a walk on those hot summer mornings, just 4 weeks postpartum. My body was sore. I was bone tired from having no sleep the night before, and the scale was not budging. And it felt like I wasn't getting anywhere. But I still showed up. Not because I could see the results, but because I knew they were coming. And it dawned on me that this weight loss journey and building a business are very similar in that sense. You have to keep showing up, even when the numbers don't move, when the sales don't roll in, or the progress is not visible. Because the belief is what fuels the consistency, and the consistency is what eventually brings the results. And this is the hardest part of entrepreneurship. This is what separates the people who succeed from the people who quit. Because the easy thing to do when results don't come fast enough is to assume it's not meant to be and walk away. But the ones who push through, the ones who keep believing before they see, Those are the ones who make it to the finish line. I have to remind myself of this constantly, and I'm sure a lot of business owners do, especially during the summer months when sales are slow and doubt creeps its way into your mind. And so that's why I wanted to talk about today, the parallels between these two journeys and why belief matters so much in entrepreneurship. So building a business is rarely flashy. Most of the time it's quiet, it's steady, it's unseen. You're posting to social media and it feels like nobody's listening. You're creating products that don't sell right away. You're sending emails to a list of 5, 10 people. And this right here is the hardest part. It's believing in your mission and knowing that you're going to get to the finish line even when the evidence is not there. That's it. That is the tension that every entrepreneur has to live in. It is like running a marathon. If you are on mile 6, you cannot see mile 26 yet. There are 26 miles in a marathon, right? I think it's 26. So if you're at mile 6, you cannot see mile 26, but you know it exists. You know that if you keep running or walking, you just keep moving forward one step at a time, you are going to get there. There is no doubt. And building a business is the same. Even if you can't see your final destination, you're on the path. Every day you move the needle a little closer to that finish line. So this is why consistency matters far more than outcomes. If you only measured your success by immediate results, you would quit too soon. Instead, track your effort. How many products did you launch this week? How many emails did you send? How many times did you show up this week? Every action counts. Every stitch adds up. Consistency compounds, even if the results take a while to show. And here's the beautiful part. Entrepreneurship isn't about going back to who you were before. It's about becoming someone new, someone stronger, someone who creates, leads, solves problems, and doesn't give up. Every slow season shapes you. Every small win is evidence that you are becoming the kind of person who can handle bigger wins in the future. And remember, progress does not move in a straight line. Some months you will have record sales, other months you will feel like you're starting over. That doesn't mean you're failing. It means you are normal. Progress is messy, but every step forward still counts. If I could sum up all of this in just one sentence, it's this. Entrepreneurship tests your mindset more than your skill. It's not about whether you are talented enough or smart enough. It's about whether you can keep believing in your mission when no one else sees it. That is the true work. That is the slow burn. But here's the thing, you don't have to do it alone. Just like postpartum recovery is easier with support, businesses too. Mentors, friends, communities, they remind you of the finish line when you forget. And when your motivation runs out, as it always does, discipline is what carries you. Discipline is what makes you open the laptop when you don't want to. It makes you write the post when you don't feel like it. And it makes you keep walking mile by mile until mile 26 comes into view. So really, the biggest gift of entrepreneurship isn't the money or the milestones. It's who you become. Every launch builds courage. Every sale builds confidence. Every failure builds resilience. You are not who you were when you started. You are becoming someone new, someone stronger, braver, more capable. So yes, sometimes things feel slow and they feel hard, but that slow burn is what makes it sustainable. Fast growth collapses. Quick fixes fade, but steady, faithful action, that is what builds something real and lasting. So if you're at mile 6 right now, keep going. I know you can't see the finish line, but it's there. I promise you it is there. And I am still on my weight loss journey. But you know what? I am down 25 pounds and I've got 10 more to go. And that feels pretty good. There was a lot of effort that went into that. And it came from just doing hard things every day, little by little, bit by bit. It all compounds. So if you are in a similar place, the messy, unseen, discouraging middle, I want you to know that I'm right here beside you. This is the hard part. This is the part that defines you. The people who give up miss the finish line completely, but the ones who keep believing, the 3% who refuse to quit, those are the ones who make it, and you are one of them. So if you found today's episode encouraging, I would love for you to share it with a fellow entrepreneur who might need this reminder too. We are all in this together, and sometimes the best gift we can give someone is encouragement to keep going. And if you're here because you love crochet as much as I do, you can find all of my beginner-friendly crochet patterns at mercymade.co. And with the holidays coming up, if you want to give the gift of learning crochet, my Learn to Crochet online course can be purchased as a gift. It's perfect for friends and family who've always wanted to pick up a hook. So check that out as well. Also, for my fellow handmade entrepreneurs, if you are building a business and you want to scale it to a full-time, support your family type business, and you're interested in sharing your story, would you let me know? Would you reach out to me? I'm looking for guests to interview on the podcast. Are you building something that's off the beaten path? Do you have a passion for a craft that you want to turn into a full-time business and make a living off of it, doing what you love? Let me know. I would love to hear your story, and I would love for you to share it with others. So email me at hello@mercymade.co or tag me on Instagram. You can send me a DM. I would love to hear and share your story. All right, friends, that is it for today. I will see you back here next week.